Hello, my name is Kelly Welch. I will be talking about materials and their properties tonight. My materials lesson is based on the North Carolina Standard Course Study, KP 2.2, compare the observable physical properties of different kinds of materials: clay, wood, cloth, paper, plastic, and metal, etc., from which objects are made and how they are used. I'm going to sing a little song that will introduce us to the different materials. And here it goes. When you want to hammer a nail into wood, a hammerhead of metal is better than good. You need something that's hard enough to hammer other metal stuff. Choose your materials carefully. Think about all of their properties. You wouldn't wear paper clothes in the rain or use wood in a window pane. Leather belts bend easily 'cause they have flexibility, and rubber's quite fantastic when you need stuff that's elastic. Choose your materials carefully. Think about all of their properties. You wouldn't wear paper clothes in the rain or use wood in a window pane. Paper, plastic, metal and wood, glass, ceramics, cotton and wool. Fabric comes from fiber that's spun and woven into cloth worn by everyone. Natural wool and cotton, synthetic polyester and nylon. Choose your materials carefully. Think about all of their properties. You wouldn't wear paper clothes in the rain or use wood in a window pane. And that concludes my silly song. If you would like to listen to this song, who's the person that sings it better than I do, go to www.simplescience, or you can watch it on YouTube at 3C Materials. So therefore, to start my lesson off, materials make up all things in our daily world. All materials have is different properties which can be used for many things. Each material, though, has its own special property, which can only be used for a number of products. So therefore, the first material is rubber. Rubber, the property is it bends easily. Examples of rubber are rubber bands, water hoses, boots. My example of rubber is a rubber band. It's nice and it easily bends. Leather is my next material. It is very flexible is the property. Examples of leather are belts, some shoes, billfolds, purses, upholstery. Types of leather such as jackets, or types of clothes, such as jackets. And then my example is this leather billfold. It is, this leather billfold can be used as to carry cash in, coins, etc. Cloth is my next material. Cloth is fiber that is spun into cloth. Examples of cloth are wool, silk, cotton. Cloth is can be made for different garments, upholstery, rugs, simple stuff like sheets, blankets, dish towels that we use for every day. Examples of cloth I have is a shirt that I wear. And also my dress is made out of cloth. Plastic is my next material. It is, the property is that plastic is very hard. It's one of the cheaper materials. Plastic, examples of plastic are plastic raincoats, plastic shoes, toys, silverware. Most bottles containing liquid are made out of plastic. My plastic that I'm going to use is a tape. Actually, the tape isn't plastic, but the container that holds the tape is made purely out of plastic, clear plastic. Metals is my next material. Metals are very good conductors of electricity and heat. They're very good objects made out of metals, are good for cooking, like pots and pans. Malleable, metals are malleable. They can be hammered into thin sheets. Examples of metals are gold, silver, copper, iron. Examples of these types of things are hammers, knives, silverware, cans at the store, pans and pots. An example I have of metal is my metal clip, and also metal can be used objects of jewelry. Paper is my next material. Paper is usually it's thin sheets. Durability can differ with paper. It depends on what paper is made of. Paper is made from wood, also straw. Examples of paper are newspapers, books, cups, and just thin sheets of paper in general that we write on every day. An example I have of paper are paper plates. Paper plates. And glass is my next material. Glass, the properties are hard and brittle. Examples of glass are bottles, windows, glasses are other examples. Also lamps is another example of glass. The next property is clay. Clay is my next material is clay. The property of clay is mud, earth. When fired, it becomes solid. So examples of clay are bricks, pottery, jewelry. An example, I don't have an example with me, but my house is made of bricks. So therefore, I use this property every day. And so wood is my last material. It's strong and stiff. Examples of wood are spoons, tops, jewelry, furniture such as tables, chairs, bedposts, sofas. I have with me an example of a wooden top. It's a toy that's used. So therefore, some objects can be made of a variety of materials. For example, cups can be made out of plastic, glass, and paper. Also, there's forks that can be made. Forks, you see forks is metal and plastic. So I have a metal fork with me and a plastic fork. So therefore, we're going to have a little game to test your knowledge on materials, and I'm going to hold up different objects, and I want you to tell me what that object is first, and then secondly, tell me what the material it is made out of is. So first I'm going to hold up this object. What is this object? Hammer. It's a hammer. And what is it made out of?
Wood.
And what is another property that it's made out of?
Metal.
So it's made out of wood and metal. So this is a combined materials. Wood is for the handle, and then metal is for the top part. Therefore, we have a next object. What is this object?
Strainer.
And what is its material? What is the material? Plastic. It is a plastic strainer used to strain, like, let's say you're taking green beans off the stove and you want to strain the green beans so that you don't have water and green beans. Okay, the material next, or the object, the object next. What is this object?
Blanket. Kitty cat blanket.
And what is the object? What is the object made of? What is its material?
Wool.
Wool. It is a wool blanket. So therefore, this blanket, you can snuggle up on it on warm winter nights. And it's for our kitty cats to lay on at their own convenience. So the next object I'm going to display. What is this object?
Necklace.
And what is it made of?
Wood.
So it is a wooden necklace. And this material it can be worn. It's a beautiful necklace. So my last material or object that I'm going to show, what is this? Hot water bottle. And what is it made of? Rubber. A rubber hot water bottle. So therefore, rubber hot water bottle, the wonderful thing about that is that if you have a tummy ache, it helps. So therefore, that concludes my teaching video. The only thing I want to mention is for my special needs students who never pay attention to me, my dear kitty cats, Topsy and Misty, for their benefit, materials they use are cloth and wood, which make up the furniture they sleep in, and also their plastic toys such as bottle caps, which they play are made from plastic. So therefore, I would like to introduce two of my students. My dear, precious Topsy. Sweetheart. She doesn't like being picked up. And Misty is behind me, the one that looks like she has an attitude. And then these are my wonderful parents who have contributed to my video, and I do appreciate their participation.